at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere, nearby or far away. Stop by at 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Go to gelandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Gary Michaels Clothiers celebrates 40 years of serving Nebraskans in the men's clothing industry. 40 years of some of the most memorable moments. In our way of thanking you for 40 years, we are offering a 40% discount on any single one item in the store. 40% off any suit, sport coat, slack, sport shirt, sweater, outerwear, or shoes. To receive your 40% off on one item, be there by November 11th. Gary Michaels, 40% off for 40 years, located at 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
Celebrate Thanksgiving this year with Venue Restaurant and Lounge and Venue at Home with our Thanksgiving to-go meal packages. Our packages include sliced turkey breasts and roasted gravy, herb stuffing, Yukon Gold mashed potatoes, a harvest salad, and more, with add-on options to upgrade your feast, including smoked ham, prime rib, sides, appetizers, and desserts. You choose delivery right to your home or pick up at our Venue at Home storefront. Order today at holidaysbyvenue.net. That's holidaysbyvenue.net.
It's football season, and that means coaches everywhere are busy making game plans. Hi, my name is Seth Morris with Liberty Law Group. Teams make game plans because no two opponents are the same. At Liberty Law, we know no two cases are the same. Whether it's a DUI, a criminal charge, or you were injured and it wasn't your fault, we tailor our legal game plan to meet your unique needs. We are relentless trial attorneys serving all of Nebraska. To learn more, go to libertylawnebraska.com. Again, that's libertylawnebraska.com.
John Henry's Plumbing, heating and air.
After being Lincoln's #1 trusted plumbing, heating, and cooling company for 27 years, John Henry's is proud to announce we now offer electrical services. Call today to book a full range of electrical services by our licensed, background-checked professional electricians. John Henry's, our family serving yours.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, heating and air.
Now offering electrical.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
This is On the Block with Strick and Austin. Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Eric Strickland.
Strickland for three! And you're going to go out of here as the Big 8 tournament champion.
Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Brought to you by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. This is On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Welcome to it on a Victory Tuesday for Nebraska women's basketball and Nebraska men's basketball. The ladies beat Northwestern State. The men take down Lindenwood. Successful day all around at Pinnacle Bank Arena. We'll break it all down and more here on 93.7 The Ticket over the next hour and a half or so. I'm Austin Norman, joined by the Husker Hall of Famer, the 9-year NBA vet, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Eric Strickland. Stricky, two dubs for the Husker basketball. Good start.
Yeah, man. Loved everything about what I saw last night. It was impressive. I love the combinations that Coach Hoiberg threw out there.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell he's still looking and ironing out. And look, you didn't even see everything.
No.
And the combinations that you had still looked solid, and you still haven't seen. This is literally, I mean, we talked about this last year. This is a team that on a given night, there could be different people. And then you saw Tamanaga begin to just fill in the consistent void along with Derek Walker.
Mm-hmm.
On this team, literally, it can be night to night. The thing I think that Coach Hoiberg is going to have to do in his staff is just mitigate all emotions, and you do that ahead of time. Look, all of you are going to get opportunity, but at the same time, depending on how the game is flowing, depending on the matchups of the teams that we're playing, depending on how well somebody's playing. One night it can be your night, one night it can be your night, and it's going to go along that. And as long as you stay true to your word, if you're Coach Hoiberg, you will be able to kind of handle those situations because you've got a lot of tools, you've got a lot of options, and you've got a lot of different guys. This is probably the longest, biggest, as far as, size and width and lengthwise that I've seen on a Nebraska team. And a lot of people are saying this is probably the best one he's put together.
The length, let's start on the defensive end. You only allow 52 points. You see that length. Lindenwood didn't have very many drive and kick opportunities. They only shoot 16 threes for the game, only 9 free throws. So I think Nebraska did a pretty good job of containing the dribble and recovering out on the couple times that there were that breakdowns. But Strick, with this older experienced team, I'm curious to know what you heard and you saw from courtside, because from where I was sitting, I would give Nebraska a solid B defensively on rotations and communications. There were a few breakdowns Lindenwood didn't make him pay for, out of position on rebounds a couple times in scramble drill. But for the most part, Nebraska, it seemed like, communicated well, was generally on point in their rotations early on. And most of the guys looked bought in on that end of the floor.
Yeah, they got a grasp. They got a grasp of what they want to do. Their identity, I think, remained intact, and here's why. Some of the things that they track is charges, deflections, hitting the floor. A lot of those things they track. I don't know in what way they're rewarded for it, but I know that they're tracked. They got hands on balls a lot. They were very active in the paint, digging and recovering, and rotations were pretty crisp. The help, forcing baseline, a lot of those things were, you could tell, was intact with the scheme of the defense. The other part was hitting the floor. So the hustle, the extra effort was definitely there as well. They won some battles in some of those efforts.
So Josiah Alec go to the floor up like 25.
I'm telling you, that's the things you want to see, especially early on. And I didn't see a form of playing down the competition.
No.
I think that team is actually going to be better than what probably most people think. I think they've got solid guard play. They just couldn't find it. They couldn't find it, but they've got pieces that they got, like his name is I want to say Talton.
Yeah.
Young fella. Like, he came out, shot one off the backboard in the beginning, and I said on the broadcast, I said that young man, he just needs, once he settles down, he's gonna be, man, he started getting buckets, second half. Sometimes it's just nerves, early game nerves. I think that's what that team experienced early on, and then they started pressing. The only starter that they had coming back that had significant minutes was Cole.
Yeah.
Was Keenan Cole.
And he was the leading scorer for them with 14 points. Give us your thoughts on the Starter Heyman text line, 402-464-5685. Any players you want us to talk more about in our next segment here during On the Block?
The following is a test of the emergency alert system.
John Henry's Plumbing, heating and air.
After being Lincoln's #1 trusted plumbing, heating, and cooling company for 27 years, John Henry's is proud to announce we now offer electrical services. Call today to book a full range of electrical services by our licensed, background-checked professional electricians. John Henry's, our family serving yours.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, heating and air.
Now offering electrical.
It's football season, and that means coaches everywhere are busy making game plans. Hi, my name is Seth Morris with Liberty Law Group. Teams make game plans because no two opponents are the same. At Liberty Law, we know no two cases are the same. Whether it's a DUI, a criminal charge, or you were injured and it wasn't your fault, we tailor our legal game plan to meet your unique needs. We are relentless trial attorneys serving all of Nebraska. To learn more, go to libertylawnebraska.com. Again, that's libertylawnebraska.com.
Tailored Lights is your go-to local manufacturer and installer of the best landscape lighting. Tailored Lights is excited to highlight the architecture of your home or business and provide a warm environment that feels safe. And for those outside the Lincoln area, they do ship across the country and are happy to work with anyone near or far with lights anywhere from 18 inches to 110 inches. Enhance your curb appeal with an exquisite tailored light today. Call 402-432-2572 or go to tailoredlights.com.
Brown Shoe Fit has all types of shoes for you to excel this fall. Check out their large variety of tennis shoes and dress shoes in brands like Brooks, Hoka, Merrell, On, and many more. Browns has the local professionals to get the proper fit, aided by their high-tech foot scanner by Aetrex. Stop by Brown Shoe Fit today, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln, or check out their options online at brownshoefitco.com.
The holidays are right around the corner. This is a great year to give your family and loved ones a gift of shoes to encourage them to stay active. Fleet Feet Lincoln fits you properly for shoes, and they offer a free group that meets 3 days a week, plus other training programs and a walking group on Mondays. Get healthy, stay healthy with proper shoe wear from Fleet Feet Lincoln and a group of friends that will support you and keep you accountable. Start your health adventure at Fleet Feet Lincoln at 77th and Pioneers.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
This is your High School Minute.
With your Southeast Community College High School Minute, I'm Harrison Arns. Switching over to football on Friday, November 3rd in Class A, number 6 Lincoln East would fall to number 3 Elkhorn South 24-19. In Class B, number 9 Norris lost to number 1 Bennington in a close one, 23-20. And number 2 Waverly would advance to the semifinals after dominating in a win over Hastings, 45-21. Switching to volleyball, here are your 2023 state champions. In Class A, Lincoln Southwest won in their championship game over Papillion La Vista. In Class B, Omaha Scott would continue their dominance in recent history, winning over Norris in 3 sets. In Class C1, Minden won over Kearney Catholic in 5. And in Class C2, Lincoln Lutheran won over Clarkson Lay for its 3rd straight championship. This has been your Southeast Community College High School Minute. Learn more today at southeast.edu with locations in Lincoln, Beatrice, and Milford.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
The holidays are drawing closer, and there's not many things better than getting the gift of relaxation. Not just for yourself, but for anyone in your life. During November, for every service you get at the Body Shop, you get entered into their drawing for a free massage gift certificate equal to your last service. This goes all the way to the week before Christmas, so book your appointments now at thebodyshoplincoln.com and treat yourself and loved ones today. The Body Shop at 48th and A. Herrick Services takes this time to wish everyone a happy Veterans Day. They are thankful for those who served our great nation and gave their lives to defend this country, which should never be taken for granted. This important message comes to you from Bart and the folks at Herrick Services, your vending specialists here in Lincoln. Their quality service and expertise has earned them a fine reputation. That's Herrick Services, on the air because they care. Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through November 7th is chuck roast for just $5.99 per pound. And don't forget to check out their Friday feast this week and every week. Plus, don't forget their 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
the captain, Vershawn Jackson.
Can you give us like two things that's going down at the bottom of the top?
It's punching in the stomach, ankle twisting. Sounds like a haunted house when it's like 18 people piled up on the ground. Sounds like
There's rumors of twisting.
Yeah, we did that. We're not ashamed of it.
Twisting everywhere?
Yeah, we twist anything.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we the black shirts. We play like that.
That didn't happen.
I'm serious. I witnessed it. I did it. I contributed to it.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I'm Austin Norman, joined as always by the Husker Hall of Famer, 9-year NBA vet Eric Strickland. We're in his wheelhouse. We're talking Husker hoops. We're talking ball here in this segment. Who stood out to you? Text line 402-464-5685. Let us know. Also, let us know if you plan to get Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul tomorrow. Big thanks to them for sponsoring our show. Where to start, Strick? Maybe just with the offense in general. 84 points, pretty solid output. 51 in the first half before things really slowed down in the second half. I thought Nebraska had a good mix of half-court execution and transition pushing when it was available. It looked like an old experienced group that more often than not made the right play, sometimes for themselves, but usually made the right play for someone else.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You could tell that there were other than Eli Rice at some point, he got a little bit aggressive as the clock started to wind down. But for the most part, a lot of those guys just played within the offense.
Mm-hmm.
It was like you saw Sam Hoiberg and you saw guys like Sam Hoiberg and Mast and Bryce Williams at time, right? So here's what you had. Just a couple of examples. Bryce Williams, they understand that Darius Bean was in foul trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And they ran down, I think, on 3 or 4 occasions early in the second half and went straight at him in the post.
Bryce took the first 3 shots, and I think 4 of the first 5.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was because they knew he was not going to foul. He was not going to give any resistance. So either he was going to get a good shot or create a good shot for the team. Now, out of a couple of the misses that they have, it was because they were challenge shots. But then what I saw is once they had a few misses, they were shot faking, getting in deep, and then those shots became open shots because they were drawing extra guys and, they were finding the right guy or making the extra pass for the right guy.
Mm-hmm.
Then I saw something that I hadn't seen in years, which was rim running with big guys. Alex.
From 2 or 3 new big guys.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
You saw that. Now, then I saw a missed opportunity out of Mass, who came, and it was at an advantage. They were on a 5-on-4. One of the guys got stuck back, and Mass runs to the 3. I'm like, no, big fella. That's run straight to the middle of the paint and get a layup in that situation.
Put your hands up here.
Yeah, so there's things that you would be able to find on tape, and Fred is he's a professional and he understands, and I'm sure he'll point those things out because those are things that as you get further along in the season, you want to take advantage of that. I saw at least on 3 or 4 occasions when they literally had advantages where a guy lost a shoe or something, he fell, and they pulled it out. And I'm like, you got to see advantage on that. You know what I'm saying? It would be no different in a football, like 10 guys, 12 guys on the field, or somebody still running off. You understand the advantage you have. Hike the ball. You're going to get a penalty. So you got to penalize people for that, not settle for that. And so I think they'll get better at it. But let's be honest, Austin, this team still played without full strength and looked pretty good at doing it. I'm just impressed. Now I understand who they're playing, and I'm not saying that's the case. Their biggest challenge is going to come when they see Creighton, probably in a few weeks. But then the biggest advantage they got is they have 4 games at home and a lot of home games outside of going up to the Pentagon. I think it's the Pentagon up in Sioux Falls. So, which is a home game to them, but a neutral game in sorts. But they've got a chance to put together a nice string in the comfort of their own home and establish that home for us is trouble for anybody that comes in.
They took care of business right at the first step in the runway. The guys being out, Keisei Tominaga, your leading returning scorer, not there. Your best wing defender in Juwan Gary, great energy rebounding guy too, out. Ramel Lloyd Jr., who I think we were both excited to see after a year in the lab, in the weight room and in the gym. And Blaze Queta, who carved out a little bit of a role for himself at the end of last year. And Aaron Eulis' status still up in the air. So without those 5 guys, let's work our way from bigs down to the guards down the positional spectrum here. Rink Mass to me was as advertised, not overly flashy, didn't do anything crazy special, but I think he did exactly what he was supposed to. Josiah Alec, I think, is right now the best rim protector on this team. He's a little thicker than I gave him credit for. Brought the energy, hit his spot up 3, had a couple nifty passes, good switchability on defense. And then your boy, Matar Diop. The best play of the night for most people, I assume, is going to be the dunk that he made that you called your shot on. Check out the clip 93.7, the Ticket Twitter. But we were talking off air about this. The play that I think intrigues us both the most was the one where he got the foul. Rotates over from help side, goes up, contests the shot. Lindenwood gets it back. His second jump, even though he got called for a foul, to still contest that second shot, different.
It is. And he's only a freshman. Like, his toolbox is so full with things and elements of a game that can, like, I'm wondering who's working with him. Because if he gets his confidence, footwork, his body is already amazing. His wingspan is already sick. He gets stronger. He already understands work ethic, hustle. He can shoot. Don't get it twisted. I know the one he shot went hard off the backboard, but that's just early nerves for a freshman. It's tough to come in and have that kind of poise to where you just kind of just step in with ease and just do your thing. I mean, Eli has that, but I think that's just a natural component of him in his game. But that young fella is going to help this team in ways that you just can't really see right now. But in due time, you will be able to acknowledge, because their ability to stretch the floor also this year is something that they haven't had in some years now. Guys that actually you've got to be aware of. You can't just come down and just like leave them and just think I'm going in here to protect the paint. Then you're in trouble. You can be in trouble.
On the text line, 1231 said, Alec and Matar's slam dunks were powerful and fluid from the catch to the elevation to the rim. Are there any big men in the past or even from other teams that you compare Alec and Matar to?
I would say this early stage, outside of his build, I could see Matar being like Mikey Moore, but just with the ability to shoot. Just Mikey was like watch your head when Mikey was around. Block shots. I can see Alec very similar to me to a Vincent Hamilton type, because he's got good control in the paint. He good power dribbles, can get to his right or left hand. I was actually surprised at his offensive I didn't just off the top of my head didn't think he had that kind of offensive prowess to him. So I'm just being honest. I thought he was more of a defensive guy, but he actually has got pretty good footwork in there and knows how to create the right type of space. And he leverages, like you saw Cole try to, hit him with a couple of good shoulders, and he was like, not going anywhere, and forced him to basically offensive foul, because he was like, wait, this guy didn't move. He had to throw a little extra and got an offensive foul. So you saw those types of things, and you've got to be appreciative of that. Mass with good body control. Their big men are guys like he reminds me of a guy kind of like Richard Van Pogies back in the day, but just a little bit more athletic than Richard was. Richard was just big, bulky guy.
Rink's got to watch out on the perimeter when he jumps at 3-point shots. He's not quite athletic enough to recover, but if he stays down, he can keep guys contained well enough on the defensive end. Let's move down to the wings here, Strick. Again, no Juwan Gary for the Huskers, no Ramel Lloyd. Ramel might be more of a guard, but he'll play some wing for Nebraska. But the two guards that I think we focus on are Bryce Williams and Eli Rice. From my vantage point, this perspective, they seem like very similar guys. Smooth, fluid, athletic enough, but not necessarily explosive, score first kind of guys. I don't want to say they're lacking energy or they're, off in their own world. I think those are both guys that are score first mentality. You saw Bryce Williams get a few buckets, make a nice pass from the right block out to the top of the key for a 3 early on, shoveled one to DeMarcus Lawrence as well. Tough going for Eli Rice in his first actual game as a freshman. if I'm Fred Hoiberg, I'm having Eli Rice just follow Bryce Williams around, and I'm having both those guys give me an extra 5-10% on defense, especially when things are tough on offense.
Yeah, there's no question. I don't think you can, at this point in this juncture of the season, you can't probably put both of them on the court at the same time, just because they're very similar and they've got to continue to raise their level. But here's the thing about this team also. Their depth and the possibility of their depth is huge for this team, meaning you can't be out there just lackadaisical and tricking it off and, just doing your own willy-nilly thing, because guess what? There's a soft bench right next to where there's a guy that can come off and fill your spot. It's been a minute since you really felt like that was the case, because even with Hoiberg stepping up now, like he's deep. This team is so deep that anybody can come in and fill the void. And like I would venture to say, unless somebody is like super hot, like NBA Jam on fire, that you may not see anybody play 30 minutes a game.
Right. Which Nebraska's had to have in years past.
Yes.
Sam Griesel last year, Derek Walker last year, Isaiah Roby years past, Hanif Cheatham, Bryce McGowan's before he got hurt, Trey before he got hurt. Nebraska's never been this deep in Fred Hoiberg's time.
No, I agree. And you'd be hard pressed to find somebody getting, I think you'll see a lot of guys in that 15-18 range. If they're hot that night, they'll jump over him on the 20 range. But then you'll have a consistent amount of guys that will find themselves there in that 20 range. Even when Blaze comes back, probably the minutes will be split depending on matchups and depending on who they're playing. You could probably see Blaze having a probably a better night with, if they had to play Purdue.
Right.
Somebody like that.
Wisconsin,
right?
maybe.
Yeah, right? But then on the other side, you can see them both being able to play together at different times. Then you will see times where the big men, you'll probably see more of Alec and Jawan at the 4, depending on the matchup. And then you'll get to Bryce. I mean, they're so freaking long that you can actually throw guys out there. I'd like to see them dominate a little bit more on the rebounds. I don't like the fact that, even on a good shooting night where this team shot bad, that your numbers are still that close. I don't like that. I don't like 44-40 with a bad shooting night. Those are secured rebounds. As bad as the score is by 30, 32, it could have been 42, if not more, if you're securing rebounds the way that you should.
Some of that's on big guys. Some of it's on guards, who we'll get to in just a sec here. 0129 asked why didn't Ramel Lloyd Jr. play last night. He's still working his way back from a knee injury. Yeah. So hoping he's available later this week, if not this week, maybe in the next week or so. So definitely stay tuned for that. Let me just lob this one up to you, Strick. The deepest position group on this team is the guards. There's a lot of them that got minutes, a lot of them that deserve minutes. Who stood out to you positively or negatively from last night's game for Nebraska?
To be honest, I like Boogie.
Okay.
I like Coleman. But the reason is you can tell that when it got into his hands, there was a calmness. There was a you can see that he's going to make sure they get them into something good, something productive. Usually happen. I wish I had his plus minus numbers next to me.
Boogie he was +3 in 19 minutes.
Okay, so even still, I mean, obviously he led the team.
Wait, +19. Sorry.
Okay,
plus
see,
19.
I had thought that because he didn't turn the ball over, but twice out of 6. What do you have? 4 assists. He led the team in assists. So the thing that I would also say is I loved. It looked very kind of reminiscent in some ways to the way we played style wise. Push it up, trail action, deep post action. It was like it was like they pushed hard, nothing was there, got into something good. Whereas you seen in the Verge days and the Bryce days where that push could turn into I'm throwing it up on 3 guys. You had that happen a couple like with Eli, just when he was trying to get some opportunities. But yeah, I like Boogie. I liked CJ actually. I thought CJ, his body looked good. I thought he played pretty well. Took a couple of shots that he probably could have, had a better look. Like he got stuck down there in the paint. You're around 3 guys, CJ. No, kick that thing out.
That's not that one.
That's not the one. So there's a couple of situations like that. Otherwise, his numbers I thought could have been better. And, say what you will, I still like Hoiberg. Hoiberg looked good both on the defensive side of things. They found him on a couple of great kickouts and knocked him down. So I liked Hoiberg last night as well.
Sam Hoiberg, I think, did the guard version of what Josiah Allick did. Didn't play outside himself, did exactly what his role was, and was rewarded for it. He was the leading scorer on the game with 15 points, not just for Nebraska. It led anyone on Lindenwood as well. Jerron Coleman, a couple really nice passes, behind the back dish for a three, and then the kind of underhanded pass to Allick on the rim run for the dunk. Great passing ability. I'm going to be monitoring his attitude. There are a couple times, Strick, he looked a little Luka Doncic-esque out there. Thought he got a call or needed a call that he didn't get. Didn't put his head down and run back. We're still talking about it a minute later. If he's going to be a point guard and lead that team, he's got to be able to flush it. But I'm not going to get too much into that in game one. CJ's the glue guy. For me, he absolutely is. But Jamarcus Lawrence, I think, can be an X factor. He started last year with injuries. Looked like he forced it a couple times, but had a couple nice opportunities in transition as well. Did hit a couple threes. I don't know if Jamarcus Lawrence is a starter for this team this year, but I think he can be a great scoring guard off the bench to spark them some nights.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And you've got a lot of ways that you can use him. I think his defense is better than what it was last night. I think he still can be very active defensively and pressuring guys and getting after him. He's very long as far as his wingspan. Like I said, we still haven't seen the best of probably what this team could put out there.
I sure hope not after one game. Brad and Baldwin, no word on Aaron Eulis. We're still awaiting a decision from the NCAA there. I'll throw this one to you, Strick. A man named Ashley says, do you feel like we shot too many threes and maybe struggled to get the ball inside to score?
I think they were a little bit attentive on some entry passes. Didn't want to. It takes energy to create the angle sometimes. So, like for example, there was one instance where Bryce Williams was at elbow, top of the key, kind of tried to throw a wrap around. You got to kind of take a dribble or two to kind of create that space. Guys were posted up strong in the paint, just that little hesitation, maybe didn't want to have a turnover. So I think they'll get better at that. They continue to work together. But remember, probably a lot of those team combinations, they didn't really play together in practice. They're playing probably against each other. And the more time that they get acclimated to where guys are going to be, you'll probably see that begin to get a little bit better.
Last year's Nebraska team was very much inside out with Walker and Griesel starting a lot of it, Casey running off some screens. Stat broadcast, which I have pulled up here, it says Nebraska shot 33s last night out of 56 total field goal attempts. That's a lot. That's a high number, but I think probably 25, 26 of them were good shots. Were shots that you want guys to take in rhythm, in transition, off the catch. And maybe even a couple of the ones that I would say were a little early, a little quick, were ones that they're being encouraged to take. So I'd love to know the game plan a little bit more there. But the other thing I'll add,
the percentage is good.
Percentage was 9 of 19 in the first half, cooled off a little bit, but 11 of 30, you absolutely take that for this team at 36.7%. But with 33s out of 56 shots, that leaves you 26 other shots from somewhere. According to Stat Broadcast, 17 layups and 2 dunks for Nebraska. So that's 19 shots right at the rim. Jamarcus Lawrence missed a couple. So that's 4 points that I think he could have had very easily. One in transition and one just out of the half court. So Nebraska only took, if my math is correct, that would be 7 shots from mid-range, which is the diet I think Fred Hoiberg wants. You have a Coleman, a Williams, even, Jamarcus Lawrence, guys who can get to the mid-range, but it was enough threes that were mostly good. It was, even if it wasn't post-ups, they got, I think, enough at the rim in good opportunities, and let the guys that are supposed to take mid-range Jays take them.
Yeah. And listen, Bryce Williams got a burner on him. So, some of the shots that he took, you could tell that once he, like me just being a basketball player and watching it, right? Some of the shots that they missed, it wasn't even that they weren't good. It was that their footwork wasn't ready. You understand? It's like they caught it trying to get their footwork together, and then you're trying to you've got to be already in footwork set. As soon as you catch it, then you're just into motion, right? This is where people look at Steph Curry and they wonder how the heck is he able to he gets it done in ahead of time with his footwork. His footwork is already set, squared. He knows, okay, if I come off of this, I'm turning this foot to the, this back foot to get it square to be ready to launch. The footwork is the main key to making sure you're getting a good attempt at a shot. And I saw CJ and Bryce on a couple of occasions, they just weren't ready. The pass comes and they just weren't ready to shoot. And so then the shot's either off or it's a little short. And that's just because you're not shooting on the way up as opposed to on the way down. That's just some technical stuff, you guys, that I just realized from watching and also being a player and things I had to realize for myself.
We'll have to do a video breakdown at some point so you can point out just where the feet are looking, because it's one thing to say it, but you have the eye for it. It's hard to get that across sometimes when people can't see. But we appreciate everyone texting in on the Sartor Heyman text line. Man named Ashley, Notorious B.I.B., Tommy, Brad from Baldwin, all the rest of you. Keep it up. Again, any final thoughts on Husker basketball, anything going on in the Big Ten, let us know. We're going to step aside and play the shootout. It's Tuesday, so $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings is on the line for you. We're doing college basketball. We've been talking about it all hour. Hope you've been paying attention. We'll play the shootout with Strick, but we need a competitor. If you call 402-464-5685, take on Stricky for your chance to $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings after this break.
The holidays are right around the corner. This is a great year to give your family and loved ones a gift of shoes to encourage them to stay active. Fleet Feet Lincoln fits you properly for shoes, and they offer a free group that meets 3 days a week, plus other training programs and a walking group on Mondays. Get healthy, stay healthy with proper shoe wear from Fleet Feet Lincoln and a group of friends that will support you and keep you accountable. Start your health adventure at Fleet Feet Lincoln at 77th and Pioneers.
Ready to make this season unforgettable? Celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union's low-rate debt consolidation loan. Combine all those bills into one affordable monthly payment with quick access to funds. Imagine all the extra cash for holiday shopping sprees, festive parties, or that well-deserved vacation. Stop by any of their branches or visit libertyfirstcu.com to find out more about their low-rate debt consolidation loan. Make this holiday season one to remember and celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose.
The Southern Pecan Cake from Beatrice Bakery. They don't just let you call anything Southern, especially when it's baked right here in Nebraska. But there are standards you have to meet, like a rich, decadent, moist caramel cake? Check. Bursting with too many large pecans to count? Check. Big enough to share with the whole group? Check. But delicious enough that you won't want to share? A big check on that one. The Southern Pecan Cake, the newest cake to the Beatrice Bakery lineup. Try it for yourself at Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Whether you're looking for a place to stay for a concert at PBA, a Nebraska home game, or just a night on the town, the Courtyard Lincoln Downtown Haymarket is the place for you. Enjoy an evening at one of many restaurants or bars within a short walking distance. Business travelers at the hotel will enjoy free high-speed internet access, a 24-hour business center, and large in-room workstations. And check out the Bistro, where you'll enjoy healthier food and beverage options, as well as high-tech conveniences. Book your room today at the Courtyard Lincoln Downtown Haymarket.
Leaves are falling and the temperatures are cooling down. But don't put your golf clubs away. Double Eagle Golf makes golf leagues and events possible year-round. Leagues are underway with winter leagues beginning on November 27th. Check out their deals on monthly memberships and schedule your Husker watch parties, birthday or bachelor parties, corporate and team outings, or just a good old Saturday with the boys. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Book a tee time today or learn more at Double Eagle Golf.
Great news! I just got the State Farm personal price plan on our home and auto insurance.
You told our agent about my thing for romance novels?
No, you don't have to get that personal. Our agent just helped me choose affordable options to create a personalized price just for us.
Oh, sweet. Then you won't believe the love triangle Jen is in now.
Call your local State Farm agent Vinny Krekak at 402-474-1173.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just the professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
It's fishing season. Bad actors are trolling your business emails, luring you and your employees to take the bait and steal your private information. Make sure your cybersecurity keeps your business from being the catch of the day. At Hamilton, cybersecurity is our business. We are experts at keeping your network and business information secure and off the hook. Contact Hamilton for a vulnerability assessment today. Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Celebrate Thanksgiving this year with Venue Restaurant and Lounge and Venue at Home with our Thanksgiving to-go meal packages. Our packages include sliced turkey breasts and roasted gravy, herb stuffing, Yukon Gold mashed potatoes, a harvest salad, and more, with add-on options to upgrade your feast, including smoked ham, prime rib, sides, appetizers, and desserts. You choose delivery right to your home or pick up at our Venue at Home storefront. Order today at holidaysbyvenue.net. That's holidaysbyvenue.net.
Whether it's playing on a sports team or creating art, it's important to encourage your kids to explore their interests. I'm Jenny Benson, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. Let your child know you believe in their passions. It can contribute to your child's focus and improve the quality of their schoolwork, too. So show that budding scientist some encouragement by helping them with an experiment or play catch with your baseball enthusiast.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
It's time to play Shootout with Strick. Call now, 464-5685. to take your shot against Eric Strickland. Shootout with Strick. Brought to you by Buffalo Wings and Rings.
Time to play the game!
We need a contestant. Call in. Don't give Stricky a forfeit victory.
I like it.
Put him on the hot seat.
No, that's
Put him in it.
No, you're all right.
You can do it. Come on, 402-464-5685. $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings, the prize if you win. While we wait for a caller here, Strick, we go to the text line. Notorious BIB asks, is today's college basketball less physical than when you played, or have the rules changed to make it seem that way?
I would say, I think probably some of the rule changes, some of the things that they probably call fouls now that they didn't really when I was coming up. But I also say they allow more as the season goes and it gets into conference play, and there seems to be a little bit less that they call as you get into tournament play. So I will give them credit for that.
One last call for you to play the shootout with Strick, 402-464-5685. We'll go to Tommy on the text line as well. We've talked about this a little bit. I doubt one game changes your outlook, but just in case Tommy hasn't been listening to the show, is this a tournament team or bust, or is an NIT appearance good enough for this collection of talent?
Look, I won't say tournament or bust because look, anytime you're bringing this amount of people together, although there's some veteran leadership, they've played a lot of games. I would say they've got just as good a shot as any in the Big Ten to make a run at it. How high? I would set my goals for me personally. If they can get into that 9-8 range, that's a good goal to set because again, that was a goal I set for them last year, which they didn't attain. I would honestly say that, and look, even though this team has some maturity, they're still young.
Sure.
So I would say a good NIT run, if they're pressing up against 20 wins, I like it for this team. If they're in that 17, 18, 19 win range, I like it. And I think they have a chance to bank. We talk about the bank.
Right.
I think with their schedule, they have, I think, 18 home games this year. If you just say, take care of home, you put yourself in a good position. I still think this team can go on the road and win. Then you put yourself in a super position. Like if you just say to yourself, you win 15 of your home games, that means that leaves you room to maybe take an L against Purdue if they just happen to just be that good. I still don't think so. If like what happened, I still think you beat Michigan State with the best of Michigan State with the team you had last year that wasn't as good as this team you have now. I'll take my chances on that. I think Iowa's down.
Yep.
I think Indiana will be solid, but they've lost a lot. Illinois
looked mortal.
Yeah. Right. Penn State, they've lost a lot. Northwestern, they still have what? Bowie, I think. One good solid guard, but they've lost a lot because Adesia's gone. So a lot of their defense. I look around the conference, Michigan, they don't scare me. Go get it. Why not? Why my thing would be again, why not me? Why not you? Why not them? That's how I would approach every game. Why not us? But they got to be mentally strong, especially when you hit the road in the Big Ten. You got to go out. You got to be able to go on the road with that focus, like you said they had, which I thought they had. Also, you got to go with that mentality into every game and just believe that if you get a good start that you're going to get. I think they have a chance with the record that they have. They may take one loss, maybe Creighton, but they beat Creighton last year. You know what I'm saying? I think they can still beat Creighton this year.
Why not?
I think they match up well with Creighton. I'd throw Alec on Kalkbrenner.
Yeah. Mastic bring away from the basket. Either one of them.
Come on. I think they're long enough to be able to handle the guards. Come on. Nice. That's the way I would be looking at it.
You're not scared of Creighton. Phone line's scared of you.
They should be.
You get your music.
I was ready today, too.
You get it. But we still will give away the $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings. We'll give it to pick a number between 1 and 10.
Okay. Got it.
What's your number? Texter number
7.
Lucky number 7. Texter number 7 on the Starter Human text line 402-464-5685 will win the $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings if you are correct in answering over under Strick's number for this question. All right, Stricky, the question for you: how many times in program history has James Madison defeated a ranked opponent in men's basketball?
How many times in what?
How many times in program history has James Madison men's basketball defeated a ranked opponent?
How long have they been in program history? Does it say?
I can find that out.
Yeah.
If you stall for me for a minute here.
So yeah, I that would be a question. I just didn't have an opportunity to know how long they've been in, so I don't want to just throw something out there. And
James Madison school history, sports reference. It dates back to 1976-77.
77.
So you've had 46 years of basketball history in the men's side. How many ranked opponents has James Madison men's basketball beat?
9.
9 is the guess by Strick. Over under. Texter number 7 with the right answer will get the $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings. Let us know at 402-464-5685 over under. Again, Texter 7, $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings. We'll switch gears a little bit, maybe circle back to basketball a little later on. Circle back to James Madison later on, definitely. But it's the midseason for the NFL. We're through 9 games for pretty much every team. Who is our MVP at this point? Who are our picks to go to the Super Bowl? What are some headlines, some takeaways from this weekend? We'll get to that and more as we lead off hour 2 of On the Block next.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just a professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends. Leaves are falling and the temperatures are cooling down, but don't put your golf clubs away. Double Eagle Golf makes golf leagues and events possible year-round. Leagues are underway with winter leagues beginning on November 27th. Check out their deals on monthly memberships and schedule your Husker watch parties, birthday or bachelor parties, corporate and team outings, or just a good old Saturday with the boys. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Book a tee time today or learn more at Double Eagle Golf.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
This is Brian at Midwest Bank, and we've been proudly serving clients in the Lincoln community since 2008, and we're excited to open a second location in January 2024 at 70th and Pioneers Boulevard. Our new branch will provide all the convenient services you're looking for in a bank, along with the friendly staff we're known for. Whether you're starting a business or expanding your business, our team is here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com, member FDIC.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? At Warhorse Sportsbook, their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino in Lincoln or Horseman's Park in Omaha, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
The Southern Pecan Cake from Beatrice Bakery. They don't just let you call anything Southern, especially when it's baked right here in Nebraska. There are standards you have to meet, like a rich, decadent, moist caramel cake? Check. Bursting with too many large pecans to count? Check. Big enough to share with the whole group? Check. But delicious enough that you won't want to share? A big check on that one. The Southern Pecan Cake, the newest cake to the Beatrice Bakery lineup. Try it for yourself at Beatrice Bakery. Online at BeatriceBakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Tailored Lights is your go-to local manufacturer and installer of the best landscape lighting. Tailored Lights is excited to highlight the architecture of your home or business and provide a warm environment that feels safe. And for those outside the Lincoln area, they do ship across the country and are happy to work with anyone near or far with lights anywhere from 18 inches to 110 inches. Enhance your curb appeal with an exquisite tailored light today. Call 402-432-2572 or go to tailoredlights.com.
Whether you're booking a trip to Lincoln for a football game or a volleyball weekend, the Scarlet Hotel at Innovation Campus is the place for you. The Scarlet Hotel is special on many levels, from the delicious Well and Good restaurant on the main floor to the coolest rooftop patio bar in Lincoln, the Barred Owl, on the top floor of the hotel with great views of the city and one of the coolest drink menus. Book your stay or book a staycation today at scarlethotelnebraska.com.
Today's agenda includes office meetings this morning, followed by a client lunch, then back to the office for another meeting, and ending the day with a presentation at a client's office. When you are on the go, you need an office phone that goes with you. At Hamilton, our business phone systems make it easy to sync your office phone features to your cell phone for quick and seamless call handling, no matter where you work. If your current office phone can't do this, you need better. Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
This is On the Block with Strick and Austin. Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Eric Strickland.
Strickland for three! And you're going to go out of here as the Big 8 tournament champion.
Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Brought to you by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. This is On the Block with Strick and Austin.
We're back for another hour of riveting, fascinating, insightful, infotainment level sports radio. If I can figure out the right part. There we go. I'm Austin Norman. He's the brains of the operation, Eric Strickland. Relied on him a lot in hour number one as we broke down Nebraska men's basketball's 84-52 win over Lindenwood. If you have any more thoughts on that, any questions that you want answered, we can definitely take those here in the second hour of the show at 402-464-5685. That's the Starter Hammond text line, as well as the Honda of Lincoln hotline. Before we jump into some NFL, though, Strick, we did have the question for shootout. What would have been the tiebreaker question, except all the texters didn't want to put their voice on the line. They want the easy way out, so they get the tiebreaker question. Texter 7, we have already. Over under, the question was, how many times in program history has James Madison men's basketball defeated a ranked opponent? Your guess was?
9.
The texter number you said was?
9.
7. Texter number 7.
Oh, yeah.
9
that's what I meant.
minus 7 is the answer.
Ah.
Twice in program history, James Madison has defeated a ranked team. The first time, 1992, James Madison goes to Berkeley, beats Jason Kidd and number 19 Cal.
Ooh.
And then last night, number 4 Michigan State.
When they snuck one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a big win last night for them and their program. Shout out to them. Dukes.
Duke also got a big... No, we don't talk about that. Dukes, plural.
Yeah,
we will get back to the Dukes here in 15, 20 minutes or so. There's a lot going on in that university that I think is worth having a conversation about. But 4852 on the text line. Drop us your name. We have everything but your name. Let us know. We'll write it down. You can come in and get your $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings. All right, Strick, let's talk some NFL here. We're at the midway point of the season. Most teams are through either 8 or 9 games at this point. let's just run down the list. Starting on Thursday night, we start with this one. We talked about it a little bit, but some news from one of these two teams. The Steelers beat the Titans 20-16. The result is what it is. We talked a little bit about that game, but stemming from this game is Tennessee coach Mike Vrabel, just over the lunch hour, named Will Levis the starting quarterback moving forward, Ryan Tannehill to the bench. What do you make of that?
Well, I figure it'd just be a matter of time. I think the Tannehill train has come to a close. I just think the program's going to have to shift somehow, some way. You're wasting away one of the better running backs, of a while,
right,
of this generation, so to say. And Derrick Henry is not going to get any younger.
Can't take miles off the legs.
You're not moving him, so you gotta go in another direction. I mean, I think it's already been noted that Tannehill can only take you so far.
Right.
There's a ceiling on it. So you tried to do it with Malik. Malik didn't pan out. Just made the wrong decision on that one. You don't even know if you made the right decision with Levis, but I think he has more tools in the shed than the other guys did. So yeah, if you just continue to get his head right, his mind right, I think he's got the tools to be, a pretty solid quarterback. Okay, I'm not going to say Will Levis to me has elite tools, but I think he has solid tools, better than I would say Tannehill.
The rest of the rookie quarterbacks I think are worth looking at right now. Anthony Richardson of my beloved Colts out for the year with the AC joint sprain. He had surgery on it. The Colts do win 27-13. We could have had a battle of the number 1 and number 4 picks in Bryce Young and Anthony Richardson, but no Richardson. Young takes the field for the first time in Colts franchise history. There's a player with 2 pick sixes in the same game. Kenny Moore gets 2 pick sixes off of Bryce Young. The 2 touchdowns end up being the final margin, 27-13 Colts win. Of the rookie quarterbacks, Bryce Young has looked the worst so far. I mean, not that Will Levis has been asked to do much. Bryce Young was given the reins at the very beginning. There's a lot.
I would say and I ask you that question, if you switch them around, would you see a difference, or would you see CJ thriving in North Carolina?
I don't know if Houston's receivers are that much better than what Carolina has going on. I thought Carolina's offensive line would be better for Bryce Young and kind of make up for the pre-draft concern of the height and the build. But CJ Stroud looks calm. He looks poised. He looks in control. He's doing a lot, but I don't know if he's being asked to do too much. I mean, look at what he did that final drive straight. Got in an absolute shootout with the Buccaneers. Goes 75 yards in 5 plays in less than a minute to end up winning that game for them at home. 470 yards through the air, 5 touchdowns for CJ Stroud. there's a reason I wanted the Colts to draft him. Thomas and Lincoln, our resident Panthers fan on the text line, says he always wanted CJ, wasn't necessarily thrilled with the Bryce Young pick. I don't want to write Bryce Young off. Like, his career's not over. He's a rookie. There's still time to grow. But if it is the situation, if it is the talent around him, I've seen Frank Reich, their new head coach, do so much with so many different quarterbacks. It makes me wonder that maybe he's never had someone like Bryce Young, doesn't know how to properly coach him, which Frank Reich is a good offensive-minded guy, has worked with a lot of different quarterbacks, but maybe there was more going on behind the scenes with Bryce Young in terms of that learning curve in making that jump, even from Alabama in the SEC to the NFL. We see more Alabama QBs succeed early than Ohio State QBs in the league, but maybe CJ Stroud was further along than we gave him credit for.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people didn't even see Anthony Richardson at the place that he was. A lot of people had a lot of negative thoughts behind Jalen Hurts when he first came in. Right. There was a lot of work. And this is why I'm not going to say at this point, because I want to see what they do in the offseason to address it. I want to see how management either brings someone in or surrounds him, what he does in the offseason, because you want to definitely get him with someone, spend the money, if you're him personally, or if you're somebody, spend the money and just start really going and just spending time in the film room. And what did you do last year? I mean, that was one of the things that helped me in my career is I took a lot of my film tape from the previous year against certain teams. I'd like to watch games where I really struggled, and then I watched games where I was successful, and then kind of have a breakdown as to what are the things that I did against some of the better teams or defenses that I had success with, and what are the things that I struggle with, and why is it that I did that, so that I can go into the offseason and work on specific things. This is what I think he would have to do.
What's different between the good film and the bad film? Maybe he has to ask himself that question.
You just have to be willing to ask yourself the difficult questions.
Be honest with yourself.
Yeah, you have to be honest with yourself. The tendency is just always to watch the good stuff. No, it's good to watch the bad stuff. Matter of fact, watch more of the bad stuff than the good, so that way you can assess. Now, you watch the good because the good is going to tell you where success lies. What did you do? How was you cutting? What was you reading here? Why was this effective? What sets worked good for you? What areas on the floor worked good for you? What are defenses trying to do to you that you were able to counter or overcome? And then on the flip side, with the bad tape, what type of shot selection were you taking? What type of moves or defenses were they trying to do to you that they hindered you from getting to that spot that the next year you need to come back with and come with something different or new, because that scouting report's not going to change.
The Cowboys sure need to come with something different or new. We know the talent is there, but they can't win the big game. They do it again against Philadelphia. They dig a hole. They come roaring back, give themselves an opportunity to be in position to make a run at it. Dak Prescott on 2-point conversion steps out of bounds just a couple yards short. Is that a knock against Dallas, or has Philadelphia figured some stuff out after an up and down beginning to the season?
Well, they almost tricked that thing off. I mean, I think they should have been a little bit more aggressive. You want to go and try to just finish the game. They just tried to run the game out. And that's one of those situations where you put yourself in some trouble by just trying to be conservative and just kind of allow the clock to tick-tock its way out so that you can hopefully get a W. But I think they left themselves open, and Dallas almost closed the door. I'm not even going to fault Dak. I mean, that's just bad luck. Sure. CeeDee Lamb's trying to make a play, fumbles. I mean, you got guys that are trying to do some things and just weren't able to get it done. Philly's just they look pretty solid, man. Even with AJ just not having a super big game, Devontae Smith had a solid game. And, they got to hope that Goddard is not going to be out.
Oh, I think he's done.
I know.
That's a loss.
It didn't look good. I mean, it was something in his wrist or something broke or something got caught on the tackle. So in his forearm. So I don't know what it's going to be, but you hate to lose somebody like him. He's a tremendous weapon for the Eagles as well.
Let's flip over to the AFC. Talk about the elite quarterbacks there, and this will lead into a lot of our midseason MVP discussion. Over in Frankfurt, Germany, the earliest game on Sunday, the Chiefs beat the Dolphins 21-14. Chiefs score all 21 of their points in the first half. Biggest touchdown of the game for the Chiefs comes when they strip Tyreek Hill. They force the fumble. There's the lateral backwards. Brian Cook runs it the rest of the way down the sideline. Even with the Chiefs, relative struggles for them offensively, not putting up the mind-blowing numbers they have in years past, expected more than a 21-14 game between these two teams. Miami got a lot of hype, a lot of love early for what their offense was doing. They've come back to the pack a little bit. Kansas City, that defense continues to step up again against an absolutely explosive offense in the Dolphins. There's a chance we see this game in the AFC Championship again, and there's a chance these are the last two guys standing for MVP.
Yeah, some people do like Tua Tagovailoa. I think his offense, Mike Daniels' offense, is it's not very good without him. I think he fits the scheme. Tua is right now, he leads the league. I mean, so you've got to throw him in the mix. He leads the league with 2,416 yards. He's tied for the league in touchdown passes at 18. So you got to look at that. Then, I'm going to throw this one at you. I think one to keep an eye on, because I think Lamar Jackson is in top tier form right now. Lamar he's been absolutely exceptional in his play in the last 8 games. He's since he's won the MVP in 2019. When you look at his numbers, Jackson he's averaging the most yards per attempt since he won the MVP, which is at 7.8. He has the lowest interception rate at 1.3 of his career, and they haven't used him as much as a runner, which you continuously thought that was going to be the case, and yet still he has 5 rushing touchdowns, and he's number 2 on the team in rushing yards at 380, and they haven't even really used him. But he's effective in when he does decide to use his legs. And so look out for Lamar. He's one I would definitely throw in the mix. And my question is this the season for a non-quarterback to win the MVP?
Could be. That's just so tough. I mean, Devontae Smith winning the Heisman college football, which seems like that was absolutely a quarterback award for the longest time. You never say never. There's going to be another position that wins it at some point. The top odds right now across the board are some combination of Mahomes, Tagovailoa, Lamar Jackson, and then Jalen Hurts in that conversation. If it's not going to be a quarterback, do you see it being like a Tyreek Hill if Miami keeps it up? Do you see it being Christian McCaffrey if he shoulders some load for San Francisco? Or do you flip to the defensive side of the ball and a guy like Micah Parsons or TJ Watt potentially?
Yeah, I think you got to consider TJ Watt, man. TJ Watt's got freaking that defense right now on its own is helping the Steelers to do something beyond everybody's expectation on what they would be this year. Kenny Pickett's just doing what's similar to the old what's his name from the old Baltimore Ravens back in the day.
Dilfer?
Not even him. Dilfer and the other one.
Oh, Flacco.
He's just doing doing.
Here, you take it. You take it. This
doing
is yours.
Enough to make sure that he don't cause no problems. And then, the only other person that I would even think about maybe would be even AJ Brown.
Ooh, spicy.
AJ Brown.
Okay.
Now, again, that would correlate with the success of Jalen Hurts. So it depends on how you would look on it. But right now, he has like 939 yards receiving. That puts him on pace to teeter around 2,000.
That's a huge number.
So, and they're 7-1 with the best record in the league. So,
if I had to make you pick right now, who's your midseason MVP? Who are you giving it to? Not your final answer at the end of the year, but right now, midseason MVP.
I mean, they're winning ugly, but got to be looking at Mahomes.
Really?
And I hate it, but it's just he still has nothing, but somehow they're winning. And with nothing. I mean, he just has Kelsey, really.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna tell me Valdez Scantling and that crew, and I just don't see it.
Rashee Rice and even McCole Hardman being back, I don't think moves it like that.
I don't see it. But they're winning. I mean, they're winning games, and you got to attribute it to him.
I think
at this point. I mean, I know the defense has a lot to do with it, so I'm not going to just say it's all Mahomes, but somehow he's able to put scores on the board.
Mm-hmm. Both Mahomes and Jalen Hurts have taken a little bit of a step back from their MVP-esque campaigns last year. Actually, Mahomes beat Hurts out. But Mahomes is being compared against himself and what he's done in the past more than anything. He's bordering on like LeBron territory, MJ territory for, he's probably going to be the best player in the league in any given year, but you can't just give him the award every year. That's not how the voters work.
Yeah.
So to me, if the voters were going to give out a midseason MVP, if I was going to do it, I would say watch out for Lamar Jackson for the full season award if Baltimore keeps this up.
Yeah.
But I still think Miami's the story of the first half with that offense. I mean, you hang 70 in a game, what Tua's doing with that offense. He's my midseason MVP. Jalen Hurts, I think, is, like you said, with Mahomes. I think people wrote the Eagles off with some of their struggles. If there was an AL or AFC MVP and an NFC MVP, I think Jalen Hurts is the front runner there with maybe a shout to McCaffrey.
At the end, I'm with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you. And I'm going to give you, I think, probably 5 reasons you can elaborate. He's got huge MVP clinching matchups. You got to go against Dak Prescott, Brock Purdy, Patrick Mahomes, Geno Smith. He's going to have matchups against guys that's going to, be something to put him on par.
Mm-hmm.
Including he's already defeated Kirk Cousins, Sam Howell, Tua Tagovailoa, and Matthew Stafford.
Not bad.
Okay, so that's one thing. If they didn't have Jalen Hurts, they fall off the cliff. Let's just be real about that.
Mm-hmm.
He's outplayed some of the more elite quarterbacks already and teams.
Outplayed Allen. Burrow's coming on strong, but Hurts is still better than him.
That's a fact.
Better than Herbert.
Yes, that's a fact. Hurts is going also, he's going to do more than most people, both with his legs, his arm, control of the game, and wins.
Mm-hmm.
And then lastly, here's one that I just happened to pick up on an article. The history is on his side. The past 10 MVP winners were quarterbacks, with Adrian Peterson being the last 9 in 2012. Since 2003, only Peterson, Sean Alexander, LaDainian Tomlinson have been the non-MVPs, but they were both elite and all pro running backs.
Mm-hmm.
For more, so 15 of the last 16 MVPs were quarterbacks. So if he stays healthy, efficient, and continues to remain an elite style of his play, he's got a chance to do it at the end when it's all said and done.
All right, your Super Bowl pick at mid-season out of both the AFC and the NFC. Who do you think plays in the biggest game at the end of the year? Who'd you pick?
Could it be a rematch?
Could it? You tell me, Husker Hall of Famer, 9-year NBA vet. You know things about the NFL too. Are you calling it?
I honestly don't think Kansas City gets back again. I think Philly gets there.
Okay.
But who on the other side? I say be on the lookout for this is tough. Be on the lookout for Cincinnati.
Stricky, my guy. I am glad you brought them up. I'm with you on Philadelphia. They look like the class of the NFC again, even if it's not as aesthetically pleasing as it was last year. They're getting it done. San Francisco has some issues that they have to work through right now. The Lions haven't done it yet. We'll have to see what they can do. Since he was my pick before the year, I didn't feel very good about it there for a while. Joe Burrow's starting to look like Joe Burrow again. T. Higgins might be healthy, and with Jamar Chase banged up, that could be big. That defense is still salty. Yeah. They've got work to do, but I'm not going to put it past them to catch Baltimore. They just handled a still solid, still scary Buffalo team. And let's not forget, since he's been to the Super Bowl recently, they've been there. They know what it takes.
Yeah.
We're kind of on the same page.
Yeah.
I'll go Bengals. And yeah, I think the Eagles would be my picks right now. I'll do it. I'll be there with you.
All right.
Good stuff. Let us know your midseason MVP, your midseason Super Bowl matchup. A couple votes for TJ Watt, a couple for Christian McCaffrey in there as well. Thomas and Lincoln first in with the Super Bowl says Niners and Bengals. Let us know your thoughts, 402-464-5685. Also, don't forget that we are streaming worldwide on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Also, if you're an Allo customer, we're on channel 951. Plenty of ways to get in touch with the show. Plenty of ways to watch us. We got another half an hour or so here during On the Block. We're going to step aside. When we get back, we're talking Dukes. Not my beloved Blue Devils, who I'm repping today, but James Madison. We brought them up on a basketball sense. We'll touch on that. But the football team in the news. Why is that? We'll let you know and give you our thoughts on that to continue On the Block in just a moment.
The Southern Pecan Cake from Beatrice Bakery. They don't just let you call anything Southern, especially when it's baked right here in Nebraska. There are standards you have to meet, like a rich, decadent, moist caramel cake? Check. Bursting with too many large pecans to count? Check. Big enough to share with the whole group? Check. But delicious enough that you won't want to share? A big check on that one. The Southern Pecan Cake, the newest cake to the Beatrice Bakery lineup. Try it for yourself at Beatrice Bakery. Online at BeatriceBakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Herrick Services takes this time to wish everyone a happy Veterans Day. They are thankful for those who served our great nation and gave their lives to defend this country, which should never be taken for granted. This important message comes to you from Bart and the folks at Herrick Services, your vending specialists here in Lincoln. Their quality, service, and expertise has earned them a fine reputation. That's Herrick Services, on the air because they care.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Whether you're booking a trip to Lincoln for a football game or a volleyball weekend, the Scarlet Hotel at Innovation Campus is the place for you. The Scarlet Hotel is special on many levels, from the delicious Well and Good restaurant on the main floor to the coolest rooftop patio bar in Lincoln, the Barred Owl, on the top floor of the hotel with great views of the city and one of the coolest drink menus. Book your stay or book a staycation today at scarlethotelnebraska.com.
Today's agenda includes office meetings this morning, followed by a client lunch, then back to the office for another meeting, and ending the day with a presentation at a client's office. When you are on the go, you need an office phone that goes with you. At Hamilton, our business phone systems make it easy to sync your office phone features to your cell phone for quick and seamless call handling, no matter where you work. If your current office phone can't do this, you need better. Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Leaves are falling and the temperatures are cooling down. But don't put your golf clubs away. Double Eagle Golf makes golf leagues and events possible year-round. Leagues are underway with winter leagues beginning on November 27th. Check out their deals on monthly memberships and schedule your Husker watch parties, birthday or bachelor parties, corporate and team outings, or just a good old Saturday with the boys. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Book a tee time today or learn more at Double Eagle Golf. Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Put those Dukes up. Square up. That's what James Madison's saying to the NCAA. They send in a letter to college athletics governing body trying to get bowl eligible. The Dukes, playing in the Sun Belt Conference, are 9-0. Still a few roadblocks ahead of them on their way to an undefeated regular season and a Sun Belt championship game appearance. But I'm Austin Norman. He's Eric Strickland. Before we dive into the Dukes, we do want to let you know tomorrow morning and every Wednesday here at the Ticket, Heavenly Waffles is in the house. I believe they're here until 10 tomorrow. So if you have breakfast plans, cancel them. If you don't have breakfast plans,
I'm going to come.
You do now. Get down, say hi to Chef Bob and at Heavenly Waffles. They are so incredibly creative. It's incredible.
I will definitely be here in the morning tomorrow to tap in on that. Because I do have something that I have to do as well. I will be heading out tomorrow to Oxford. Have you ever heard of
Nebraska?
Have you ever heard of Oxford, Nebraska?
I can't say I remember hearing about it, but it doesn't shock me there's an Oxford, Nebraska.
I am going out to Oxford, Nebraska. Gerald Utterback, the coach out there, invited me out to speak to the boys, girls, and the wrestling team, just to pour a little bit of wisdom and insight and motivation into them out there at Southern Valley in Oxford. I'll be heading out there to speak to them at 3:30. So I got the call today. Wanted to do that, represent 93.7 The Ticket, and go out there and make a little drive, headed out west a little bit.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm out tomorrow. You're out tomorrow.
Yeah.
There won't be 2 hours of dead air, I don't think.
No, Nick the Quick will be in the building as well. And, I know DP said there'll be someone to fill the void. I'll probably pop in and, while I'm on the road and give some, I don't know what kind of wisdom I could give, but I might open my mouth a little bit and say a few things.
Hey, perfect.
Yeah.
That's all we're looking for.
Yeah.
All James Madison is looking for is a fair shot. That's what they want. They want to get bowl eligible. I will right now retweet this letter that we're talking about. So if you're looking to see exactly what the letter says, follow me at Austin_Orman on Twitter. The biggest thing about this to me, Strick, is James Madison has been wildly successful in moving up from the FCS level to the FBS level in football. They've played 18 games against FBS opponents. They've won 15 of them. They're 9-0 this year with 8 of those wins coming against FBS competition. So it's not like they kept their FCS schedule and are pumping their numbers up kind of artificially.
Yeah.
They're playing the teams in front of them. They're playing legit Division I FBS football teams in winning, but yet the NCAA still has this rule in place that for any program making the jump up a level, whether it's FCS football to FBS football, or in the case of, say, Merrimack men's basketball, making the jump from Division II to Division I, neither James Madison in football nor Merrimack in men's basketball are eligible for postseason play because they're in this 4-year probationary period when they make their jump.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate because here's the thing. They lie in a position right now with the the non-Power 5 group to be able to land a New Year's Six bowl, especially if they win with the best record and they win their conference championship, which they're not eligible for. So it kind of hinders them a little bit. It's unfortunate. In October, the Virginia Attorney General Jason Miyares, who was a James Madison graduate, you're going to post that letter. He put that letter out. But as of right now, the NCAA is unwavered. And here's the thing. It's like setting a precedent, right? There's been others that have come. It'll raise a whole bunch of issue. Teams that follow, if not next year, then years to come, will start looking at it all funny. Then you start looking across other sports, not just for. So it's kind of like opening up a can of worms, and it's just something I don't think the NCAA at this point already dealing with whether or not they have enough bark to bite, and they don't play very well or have a lot of voice in the football spectrum as well. So do they want to integrate themselves into that? So there's a lot to it. And it's unfortunate because as a young man, if you're a parent or a young man and you start looking at it and you're like, dang, we're having a success here, but I can't reap the benefits that come with it. That's hard. That's hard to handle.
It is. And we see that with, Oklahoma State men's basketball getting its postseason ban, Missouri with the bowl ban in football not too long ago. If you're not able to participate in the postseason, that's a huge knock to your recruiting. If you can't sell kids on, you can compete for actual championships at this institution. That's going to knock that school either completely off the list or at the very least down a few pegs in some recruits' minds. And that's part of what James Madison is arguing in their letter, Strick. One of the first paragraphs on the second page says, most importantly, relief is warranted as a matter of student-athlete welfare. The membership recognizes postseason participation as a fundamental element of the student-athlete experience. If relief is provided, our student-athletes would potentially have the rare opportunity to participate in a prestigious New Year's Six Bowl contest. So yeah, if this committee is saying that postseason participation is a fundamental aspect of being a student athlete, having the chance to compete in a postseason if your team is good enough to make it there, I think that makes sense. But to your point, just because James Madison is successful on the field, this isn't an on the field decision, right? Just because they can handle it, just because Merrimack can handle it, they're making it look easier than I think it is for most institutions. And the reason this rule is in place is for the off the field stuff. Make sure the university and all the programs are compliant with all the regulations that change when you move up a level from D2 to D1 or FCS to FBS. It's a similar but different kind of situation to Michigan, right? Where you don't want to punish the players. At Michigan, I don't at least, for something their coaches or assistants are doing. Yes, the players are profiting from it, but I have a hard time thinking they're the masterminds of the scheme. Same or different side of the same coin. It's really tough to punish James Madison student athletes who didn't make the decision to jump up a level. You don't want to punish the student athletes for being successful. So this is where it stinks to say, let's yank the postseason from these players, but you hope that they're mature enough and they understand that, yeah, this stinks for us. It's not the way I would have drawn it up, but I love James Madison, for example. And if this is what's best for the university moving forward, I can help set that foundation of success now so that even if I'm a senior, these freshmen that are coming in, these sophomores, by the end of their time, they will get to experience what I didn't.
It's definitely a lesson of character and, looking out and beyond yourself. That's definitely in a time where a lot of people are looking out for themselves. This is something that you can do, is set a foundation for future and those that are coming behind you. So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep our thoughts with them. You hate it for them, but at the same time, you understand why it is set the way it's set.
For once, it's defensible from the NCAA, which is sometimes tough to say. We've got our eye on James Madison. You've got your eye on Oxford. You got some recommendations from the text line. John in Cortland said there's a cheese factory in one of the best cafes in the state. And you got your eye on some of their pre-packed pork at the Oxford Locker?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, I just made note of that. I sent that to Coach Utterback because I might want to step in there and take a little swig at that.
We'll see.
Swing.
Do it tomorrow. Post pictures.
Yeah.
Of your journey.
Then I can come back and
travels.
get to Mary Ellen's.
Ooh, that is open tomorrow. Maybe that's a Thursday thing. Thirsty Thursday move, potentially?
It will be because
Freaky Friday move?
I will be here in town.
Yeah.
I'm going to Mary Ellen's. Thursday, Charles and the crew, I'll see y'all Thursday. You know it's going to happen.
There you go. What's happening next? The crossover. Jay Foreman in the building. We'll welcome him in. Wrap up on the block with the crossover next.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
No doubt about it, a water softener saves you money. Don't have one? Call the plumbers at Bryant. Just one call and no arm-twisting contracts. For a free estimate, call 467-1111 or go to BryantLincoln.com.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? At Warhorse Sportsbook, their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino in Lincoln or Horseman's Park in Omaha, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
The captain, Vershawn Jackson.
Can you give us like two things that's going down at the bottom of the car?
It's punching in the stomach, ankle twisting. Sounds like a haunted house when it's like 18 people piled up on the ground. Sounds like
There's rumors of twisting.
Yeah, we did that. We're not ashamed of it.
Twisting everywhere?
Yeah, we twist anything.
Oh.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we the black shirt. We play like that.
That didn't happen.
I'm serious. I witnessed it. I did it. I contributed to it.
Constructors Inc., a Nebco company, is now hiring heavy equipment mechanics to maintain fleet equipment and vehicle operations. Constructors offers mechanics a competitive salary, 4-day work weeks with overtime options, a $5,000 hiring bonus, a tool allowance, and great benefits. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. Apply today for their mechanic positions. Visit constructorslincoln.com.
Gary Michaels Clothiers celebrates 40 years of serving Nebraskans in the men's clothing industry. 40 years of some of the most memorable moments. In our way of thanking you for 40 years, we are offering a 40% discount on any single one item in the store. 40% off any suit, sport coat, slack, sport shirt, sweater, outerwear, or shoes. To receive your 40% off on one item, be there by November 11th. Gary Michaels, 40% off for 40 years, located at 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness specialize in getting rid of people's pain quickly and permanently. For 31 years, they've been extremely successful with advanced techniques in pain relief using spinal adjustments and decompression, detoxification, diet and lifestyle modification, and more. They are fully equipped to handle the most seasonal athlete, weekend warrior, car accidents, strains, sprains, and more. Is there anywhere you're experiencing pain on your body, or are you fighting decreased energy and depression? Consult Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness first at 402-476-8619.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Hey, it's Chad of the Nutrition Authority inviting you to stop in and check out the all-new complete post-workout recovery, CPR. CPR is ideal for anyone who works out or competes and wants to maximize results. CPR can only be found at Nutrition Authority. Stop in today and try a free sample or visit us at mynutritionauthority.com.
Is your backyard ready for fun with friends and family this fall? GE Landscape Supply has pavers and boulders, which are a great accent for any landscaping project. And you can find them at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere, nearby or far away. Stop by at 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Go to gelandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Vershawn Jackson for Brant Excavating. Brant's been in business for 29 years, and they specialize in a variety of things. If you're looking for someone to get the job done in precision demolition, excavating, trucking, mass grading, and site prep, Brant is the place to call. To set up a quote or learn more, call Brant Excavating at 402-474-4113 or go to BrantExcavating.com. They're also hiring, so join the team today. Brant Excavating, a part of the Bauer brand, who reminds you, go Big Red!
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show, powered by Sunbelt Rentals. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador, Select Plumbing, Jimmy John's, Lincoln Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, Fleet Feet, Yours Cheese Spread on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back one final time during On the Block, Austin Norman and Eric Strickland. We've been with you for the last couple hours, joined now by Jay Foreman. Jay, you will tell us it's football season.
Yeah.
College basketball season, though. We're here. We made it.
It is.
Husker Hoops. Opening win.
Did you get a chance to watch?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I thought it was good. I liked it, man. It was they got I like it. They have different lineups they can use, especially when they get healthy. Has some flexibility. They have the ability to have like a curveball, so they can play small against a big and all that stuff. Seems like their shooting is a little bit better. And like I said, one of the dudes I think is gonna be a surprise is CJ Wilcher because of the way he ended the season. So I think he started out pretty good. So good, good for him.
You did warn us about Josiah Allick and the type of player he could be. I didn't realize how filled out he was. I think he has post size with enough athleticism. I was impressed with his switchability and just a dude that made the right play basically every time.
Yeah, he's a superior athlete. I saw him in high school. And this is when Donovan Williams, he played with Donovan, or they played together at North Star.
Right.
And I had no idea who he was. And I knew who Donovan Williams was. And I remember texting Thomas Villianco, who's a trainer. I was like, hey, man, Donovan Williams is good. But, man, this dude, I said, there's this big, tall with this big old afro. I said, this brother cold-blooded. I said, I don't know who the heck he is. And he was like a North Star. I'm like, yeah. I said, I would have watched him too. You see him play one game, like, all right.
Anyone can have one.
Yeah. I was like, man, I didn't watch this dude 5 games, man. He just, shoot 8 shots, make 6, go make his free throws, rebound, got a couple done. I said, this brother cold-blooded. He's like, yeah, that's Josiah, man. He's a sleeper. And I kind of just always have followed him ever since. And now he's big, man. I ran into him when he first came back. I was like, dang, dude. Like,
he got good body.
Yeah, he got big old wide shoulders, and he got good strong hands.
Great energy.
Yeah, energy. He can get up off the floor. He plays. He loves basketball. So, you can't go wrong with those type of guys that you add to the program because they'll always find a spot for themselves.
We didn't get a chance to take a look around the rest of the Big Ten, so I want to do that here really quickly. Purdue, number 3 team in the nation, no issues with Samford, not Stanford, but Samford. Illinois struggles early with Eastern Illinois, but they end up winning by 28 points. Penn State beats Delaware State. Probably the biggest surprise of the night would be Princeton over Rutgers. It's a game played in New Jersey. Rutgers lost a couple of key pieces, but so did Princeton off of their team that made it to the Sweet 16. It seems like there are a lot more Rutgers fans in attendance there. Credit Princeton for finding a way to gut it out. I'm still surprised Rutgers lost that game.
Yeah, Princeton's, they're a storied program for, the Ivy League in basketball. Rutgers seems like, they should have had the ability to reload. with their type of players, because it's not like they're 4 and 5 star, laden in their roster. So, look, these first, I keep saying it, and I say it in football too. Now, you just take the upper echelon teams out, like in football, Alabama, Georgia, Florida State this year. Throw Clemson in there because they're generally good. Michigan, Ohio State. Just take the top 10 teams out. There's not a big difference between FCS and FBS. That's no different than what you're seeing now. And Michigan State learned last night. James Madison came in and they weren't playing no game.
Nope.
They were just as physical. They had just as many shooters. They had two guards that were really, really quick, get to the rack, and made excellent decisions. So all the things that you do normally as a Michigan State defense and all that stuff is nullified, because not only did they do that, they controlled the pace. So when you control the pace, you're playing essentially comfortably. And so Michigan State didn't really shoot well, besides my man number 2. And for Michigan State, it's probably more disappointing because they are like 8-9 deep.
Right.
8-9 legit deep. And that starting 6 or 6 with the first guy at the bench just did work on them. Yeah.
Wretched from the free throw line, wretched from 3, but that wasn't what Tom Izzo said in postgame. He went after the leadership on the team, said he doesn't know where it's coming from. It needs to be better. When Strick and I talked about this a little bit, but Jay, that's a team with 2 returning guards and Walker and Hogard, Malik Hall, who's played a lot of minutes, and a post in Sissoko who's played. Obviously he was sending a message to his team by saying that, but holy cow, did not think we would have Tom Izzo attacking his team's leadership after just one game.
Well, this is something he's probably been trying to talk to them for quite some time. And he's been telling them this is coming. This is coming. We need to do this better. Yeah, right, coach. And sometimes you can get there and get comfortable. And Tom Izzo is a very demanding coach. He's a very good coach. He's a great coach, not good. I'd be disrespecting him saying he's good. He's one of the greatest college basketball coaches of all time, and particularly also in the Big Ten. And you see some guys go in there. You see where he kind of had a discussion with a kid, and I think it was Sissoko, where he just immediately had something to say. There's a unique quality that a lot of people should start to, and there's the difference. I generally like, and I'm okay with the player going back and forth because I want them to have some accountability. Well, when he was coaching, you're dead wrong, and you weren't playing well. So therefore, there's sometimes you just need to be quiet and get coached. And
that's true.
And that's where the leadership comes from. That's where Walker needs to come in there. That's where Hogard need to come in there. Pull them aside like, this is the way we do things. Trust me. It's hard right now. It'll be easier in the year. And that's the way Tom Izzo's teams usually go, because he works them extremely hard. But what the deposits that he puts in the early, obviously early camp and then early in the season pays off dividends down the road, because they know that they're mentally and physically tougher. So this team just got to get going. And sometimes, you know what? Didn't really have a good year last year, right?
No.
And you get ranked number 4 preseason this year. So sometimes you can really feel yourself of the preseason ranking. Now it's generally on potential, because you got a lot of guys back and you got a Hall of Fame coach. Well, the players are going to need to step it up and get better, because it wasn't the ability to score the ball, even though they were horrible from the free throw line and so forth and so on. They couldn't stop them. And Carr, the freshman, learned a valuable lesson from the difference between closing out in high school and closing out in major, Power 5 basketball. And the 15-footer elbow jumper, that's essentially a warm-up jumper for the kid from James Madison. You learned a lesson. That was his defensive guy. To hit the 3 to tie the game before they won it, or actually the 3 that was the dagger in the heart, was his guy. You got to get out there to touch him. And that's the difference between this microphone and that microphone. But it takes attention to detail. I'm sure if you go back to the practice tape, this right here with multiple players, that's was an issue. And that's why you got your head busted open to the white meat.
The only ranked team to lose last night, Michigan State. The other couple interesting results, Northwestern struggles with Binghamton, puts them away. Ohio State in a scuffle with Oakland. Stricky, you kind of called your shot there, saying Oakland's tough.
Always been tough, though. They've always been tough. That's a Detroit school, right, Restrict?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're Detroit tough.
Makes sense.
So you getting that straight from 8 Mile. They're going to lock you up, and they're going to guard you full court. They're going to be tough. And, not maybe 6'8", 6'6", not maybe 6'10", 6'7.5", but they can jump, and they're going to be tough. And you know what? If I was a basketball coach, I want that early. That way I can get your attention quicker.
Well, it happened to Oklahoma State with Abilene Christian out of nowhere.
Right. Look, man, I mean, why do you think the transfer portal is taking over high school kids now? So what people don't understand about the portal, and this is football too. So when you go in the portal, you want to get somebody established. It's even more imperative in basketball because of the roster sizes. So you might go down to a FCS or Abilene Christian to get them. Well, guess what? That's another scholarship, and it's all across America that high school kids aren't able to get. So if you're like a mid-level guy, you got to go to those schools. So you're actually still a Power 5 guy. You got to go there and put in work. There was a Division III kid that played the Gophers.
Caleb Williams.
Gave him 40-piece chicken.
Gave him 40-piece chicken meal, flats and drumsticks, and said, you know what? I want cornbread too, a piece of cornbread too, with extra honey.
And some doggone Kool-Aid.
Yeah. And it better be tart too.
No sugar.
No sugar. Right. Yeah. I want that thing to be smacking. Yeah. So I mean that's there's no off night, man. That's the way it is. And that's the way, that's what I'm sure the powers that be want, and that's the way it is.
I am also fully prepared to eat some crow on Wisconsin. Made a good run in the NIT last year. I'm just not very inspired by them. I don't like their style of play. Omaha's own Chucky Hepburn goes off for 20 points. We're used to Wisconsin playing 56-41 games, except that was just halftime. Wisconsin puts up a Kohl Center record 105 points against Arkansas State in a 105-76 win. Not going to make me change my Big Ten predictions yet. Purdue looked good. I still think Michigan State has the talent to win the league.
Yeah.
Wisconsin's going to be better than I wanted to give them credit for. Greg Gard, I think, might be slightly underrated.
Yeah, I think Wisconsin has an established program. They get their Wisconsin type of players, homegrown or Illinois. They go into Minnesota. They get big, tall kids that are athletic, and they make them better, and then they just go from there. And so, their established program. Then you put a Chucky Hepburn in there that is mentally and physically trained to handle anything and has superior leadership skills. Well, he fits right in. Like when he went to Wisconsin, yes, I would prefer him come to Nebraska, but that's him. Like when you do the, crystal ball or whatever you call, that's him because he fits in there. He knows how he came right in there and fit right in as a freshman. And then every year he's stair-stepped and got better offensively. But one thing he can do, he can defend, he can handle the ball, and he can make the right decision, and he's going to be composed.
That's where I thought there was going to be an issue of him staying because of the fact that what he does defensively is very similar to me in that when you put me with somebody that don't do what I do, it can become frustrating.
Yeah. And I'm sure, I mean, I don't know him. I'm sure, yeah. I mean, you got to get.
That's what I thought. I thought maybe that would, cause him to maybe shift. Because if you just see the style that Nebraska played defense with last year, that fit him.
Yeah. And there was a little tea leaves that he might. Yeah. You need to go up there. And
but I don't mind him staying.
No. I think
you're right. It fits him. I think it does.
It does fit him. But then also I think if he came here, it would fit him as well. And then he would flourish here as well. So, it's good to have options because, and it's good to be flexible to be able to go to different. Chucky can go anywhere.
He can go anywhere and play with that style.
Right. Because he does all the things right. And that's what coaches like to do. And that's what Wisconsin's built their basketball team on is the 80% rule. Play hard, rebound, play tough, and you'll win 80% of your games. And that's what they've done for even back when they had old Michael Finley, big head. So
with the Jerry curl.
Yeah.
What's coming up on Old School?
We're going to do some NFL stuff, man. We had some interesting news today with the NFL. We're going to, look at, the mid-season rankings, what we think. Obviously we're going to dive into a little bit of the Raiders. The stories that I've heard and been told out of there is interesting. And then also contrary to the Houston, what they've done, where you see the difference of the two head coaches, or one former, one now. And then we'll dive back into some more big landscape college football, with the Michigan stuff. There's some things that came out about the findings. Ryan Day, his brother-in-law, did not start the FBI. We'll see what happens. I think it's going to be interesting. These next, by Friday, somebody's going to have to speak up.
There it is.
That'll be Old School. Jay Foreman, DP will be in. Strick and I out tomorrow on the block, still here.
Oh.
Mary Ellen's back open tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's been fun these last 2 hours.
Oh, Mary Ellen's tomorrow. I'm eating.
Thursday.
Thank you.
Adios.
Thank you. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth. 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and the holiday season is upon us. And wow, do we have some really awesome incentives to share with you. Right now at Koppel, we're offering 0.9% interest rates or $6,000 off select Chevrolet and GMC models. Yes, you heard right, 0.9% or $6,000 off select new models. In addition, Costco customers can get special incentives for this entire month. So please take that short money-saving drive down 144th Street or check us out at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All offers include trade-in bonus with approved credit.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? At Warhorse Sportsbook, their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino in Lincoln or Horseman's Park in Omaha, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Tanner's Bar and Grill.